Let's get
Thank
the
you.
other side of this now from the Assistant House Majority Leader, the Republican Kevin McCarthy. He is in his district in Bakersfield, California this morning. Mr. McCarthy, what do you think about this deal that the president has just struck with Iran?
Well, I would caution the president from overselling this deal because it is not a full dismantling of their program, and that would be a historical deal. When you have friends and allies inside the region strongly opposed to it, I would caution. And I agree with the minority whip that we should move forward with the sanctions in the Senate. One thing that we have to do, remember who we're dealing with. We're dealing with Iran. They are one of the top supporters of terrorism around the world. This is providing them resources and money, and we should not take this lightly. We have to have a full dismantling if we want the world to be safer.
You know, I was on airplanes this weekend, and more than one person I was talking to about this whole deal pending with Iran, and they were saying, well, this might be a diversionary tactic by the administration, which is desperately looking for good news. Would you put it in that category yet?
I would never judge upon that when we're dealing with international. I know they need some type of other news, but that would be the biggest mistake any administration could do, to try to make a decision for a political basis when you're dealing with American and lives around the world. So I would hope that would never be the case. If it's not a full dismantling, I don't think you'll get a bipartisan support inside the House or the Senate for saying that this is a historic deal.
Let me shift to the other big news, and that is the Republican strategy now on Obamacare. What will you all do now? A Republican that I was talking to on one of these airplane trips this weekend said, you know what our talking points are now? Our talking points are don't talk. Just let this thing continue to roll out. What's your advice now on what to do about this?
Well, first you got to see how this is rolling out. It's coming in 3 different failed waves. The first wave was the website. The president, it failed from the very beginning. They knew that it would fail and they rolled forward. And it's supposed to be fixed by less than a week from now, and you know that will not happen. The second wave started where it says if you have your health care and you like it, you can keep it. Well, we know that's not true. Now, for every 1 person who signed up for Obamacare, 44 Americans have gotten a letter saying they can't keep their health care. Then the third most powerful wave is going to hit January 1st, the cost. You know what? On average, the latest report says 41% premium increase throughout the nation. And in 5 states, the premiums have gone up 100%. Then you won't even in the deductibles. And then whether you can keep your doctor. I do not believe you can fix this law to lower the cost and increase access. We have to scrap it and start anew and get a bipartisan consensus that actually puts the patient first and lowers the premiums. Now, well, Republicans have had many ideas on this.
But what would you do to get a bipartisan approach? I must say I haven't seen many bipartisan approaches so far in all of this.
Well, I think with the latest polling that you even shown, where more than 60% of Americans are opposed to this, I think it would move both parties to come together. And one thing I would see is a couple different things. The number one raising cost of health care is the lack of tort reform, malpractice reform. The studies have shown that. Going across state lines for insurance. You can do that with car insurance, but you can't do it with health insurance. The ideas of small business able to pool together to get greater cost, greater ability to lower the cost. These have all been scored by the Congressional Budget Office, ideas from Republicans, and it lowers the premium from 10% to 8%. That's a direction different than what Obamacare does on raising your cost.
Let me ask you just quickly, and we're just about out of time, is immigration reform dead for this year?
No, immigration reform is going to happen, but it's going to happen in a step-by-step method. And I will tell you, the president came out and supported that the other day, saying the role that the Republicans want to do. And Republicans have passed a number of bills outside of committee. So we are in a movement. We have a broken process, that immigration system that is broken. It needs to be fixed. 42% of everyone that's here illegally came here legally. We need to fix this system.
Okay, the clock has just chimed. We have to end it there. Thank you so much, Mr. McCarthy. Back in a minute.
Thanks for having me.